What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy. Something. Hit the keys. Here today to talk about Q by Lunacy Audio. Full disclosure, Lunacy Audio is sponsoring today's video, but they have no impact on anything that I'm going to say in this video. So everything that I'm going to say in this video is all my thoughts. I promise y'all that. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. But with no further delay, let's get right into the cube. Some hit the key. All right, guys, so when you open up the plugin, it is going to look like this. It's got a very nice looking GUI in my personal opinion. The star of the show is definitely this cube area right here, and we'll definitely get more into that as we go along in this demonstration. But looking here at the top, you have your first control, which is sounds. So you can layer up to 8 sounds per preset. Very fire. You got control over your ADSR sounds. You can do stuff like reverse the sound, loop all. You can do a lot of different stuff there. And then next to that, we have orbits, and orbits basically controls how the sound is going to go from each part of the cube. Again, it's hard to explain, but I'll be able to break it down a little bit more as we get there. Then you have your main, you have this little ether control. It adds a little bit of just loveliness to the sound. You have your macro control or filter control down here. You can control how quick the orbit's motion. You have modulators down here. And then over here, you have your modulation section for your LFOs, so it's nice as well. You also get some effects on deck. So boom, bam, you got effects on deck there. Underneath that, you have eco mode. So you can turn the eco mode on if your computer can't necessarily handle the plugin, or if it's too CPU intensive for you, you can turn eco mode on, and then it will obviously make the plugin more CPU friendly for you. Then you have randomize, so you can randomize the sounds, the orbit, and the effects of the sound, which is fire because you can randomize so many different things, which gets you so many different sounds. So very solid. Up here, you have your graphics. You can turn them on or off, so you can turn them off. I'm just gonna leave them on. Your global controls right here. Then right here in settings, it's nice that you have a GUI zoom factor, so you can control the size of the GUI. Basically, you control the streaming mode, voices. It's got some MIDI controls over here. You can set it up for automatically update, so it'll automatically update for you. And then it also has some information right here for you as well. So, you know, very solid. In today's video, I made a couple beats for the demonstration because with this plugin, you can use this on any genre. I do a lot of different genres of music, and every genre of music I've used this on. I've been using this plugin for about a month. You guys just haven't seen it yet. So the first beat, it's not all the way mixed down as always. There's no effects on any of the sounds from the cube. I use a ton of different instances of the cube. And the only thing that I used that wasn't the cube for melodic pieces was Analog Labs just to get a basic piano. So let's go. All right, guys, so that's the first little sample beat that I put together for you guys today. I don't even want to procrastinate. I want to get right to where the magic happens. So let's start right here with the cube. This is definitely my favorite part of the plugin, is interacting with this whole section. So each one of these circles is a sound. So since I have it on the initialized patch is just one sound. It's this pluck right here. It sounds like this. So, you know, just a basic pluck sound. But in order to add different sounds and to get this to start working, all you're gonna have to do is click over here or hover above it, click on empty, boom. Now we can start adding different sounds. So when you get into here, you'll see each one of these letters is a sound. Again, you can add up to 8 sounds. You can layer up to 8 sounds. So we're gonna come here, hit this button right here. We wanna start off with the pad sound, maybe layer this with. So let's see what kind of sounds we can get. Maybe not that one. Let's check out this Amber's Bowings. Already you're working with something, you know? So then we can come right back over into our sounds or click over here and then boom, it's gonna take us to our next different layer. And so now what I wanna do is let's find some kind of maybe texture. So let's see here. I don't necessarily like that one. So I love the sound of that, but that might be just a little bit too loud. So what I can do now is I can click into this layer. So boom, I can just double click on this and then I can come over here and adjust the volume and I can turn the volume down just a little bit. Boom, you know? So let's go ahead and add one more layer to this. So let's come back over here and let's go ahead and make this, I don't know, something lush. Uh, okay, I don't know about that, but it sounds, let's mess with it a little bit. So you hear it now? So that noise is a little much, but we can come into it and we can turn this volume down a little bit. And once we turn that volume down, tell me how fire that sound doesn't sound. It sounds amazing. It sounds like a great sound. All right, guys, so now that we have a sound, I want to talk about my favorite part of the plugin. So as we look here at the Q part, it's enabling this orbit is what really makes this plugin super fire. So again, this is what that sound sounded like. Now, what the orbits does is it makes it basically an XY axis and it's going to rotate from sound to sound, blending the different sound layers together, giving you unique sounds, which is fire. So like if I just push this one right here, this bottoms up, let's turn up the intensity. This is what the XY axis is going to look like. And this is what it's going to sound like. So that's just me basically holding down a chord, but you can go through all of these different orbits and you can get different kind of sounds. So granted, I didn't put any sounds in the back, which maybe I probably should have done, but I didn't want you guys to sit here all day. But keep that in mind too, when you're building your sounds, you can do a lot of cool stuff. Like let's say you have a bell here, you can put a bell here so that when it rotates, you still get that bell sound in and out. So you can do a bunch of different good stuff with that. Here's another one that's kind of fire. But you can build your own orbits. So you can just come right here, create your own orbit, and you're going to add steps. You know what I'm saying? You can move this however it is that you want to move it. You know, so you can put it wherever you want to on whichever one of these things that you want to put it on. But we're going to go ahead and just make a super basic pattern, add a step, and then just drag, you know, from there, add a step, you know, and you just drag. And it's really easy to create these orbits. You know, you can keep adding steps if you want to, whatever it is that you want to do. So then now if I push down the notes, and again, just super fire, you can make this super evolving sound and you can make it as big as you want. So you can go 8 bars, you know, 16 bars, you can make this sound evolve a long distance. And so, boom, that's just one sound. You know, that's just very, very, very solid. So, all right, guys. So now what I want to do is I'm going to play this second sample beat that I made for you guys, just so that you can see the versatility of this plugin. Because the first beat is super dark drill beat. This beat's a little happier, a little more upbeat. And then we're going to go ahead and get into some sound demonstrations. But I made this beat. It's not mixed down as always, but let's go. All right, guys, so that's the second sample beat that I have for you guys today. Again, I just wanted to play a couple different beats so that you can really see that you can use this for so much stuff. So let's go ahead and check out some of the sounds now. So we're gonna hop back into Cube. I just have a couple patterns picked out, and I'm just gonna randomly go through the sounds so that you guys can hear them. But here's one of the sounds that I have. Basically sounds like this. I mean, super unique sounding sound. And then I'll let you hear what the actual pattern sounds like. So this is what the pattern sounds like before we start getting into some more of these presets. But this is what it sounds like on that initialized patch. So we're just gonna pick some patches at random. Obviously this one's hearted, so it's not necessarily random, but again, you can get it stuff to sound like this. And that's a fire layer sound. Like a lot of these sounds are really good for layering, but they have a random preset button. So I'm just gonna push this button right here and we're gonna go through some of the sounds at random. So this one's super fire. Again, these are all chords and stuff. So some of the sounds might sound a little off, but just playing one note. And you can literally see how that sound just evolved. So let's go ahead and go to a different sound. So again, with this one, I'll just push one note. But another super solid sound. So let's go ahead and pick another one at random. So another one. Just super unique stuff. Super unique stuff. So what I want to do real quick is some more stuff that I think is super nice. We hit this heart button right here and we have the stuff that we like. So here's one of the sounds that I've hearted. Here's another one that I've hearted. So now what's super fire about the plugin is that, yes, it comes with 500 presets, but really it's an unlimited amount of presets because you can come over here and start hitting this random sounds button. So again, this is what that sound sounded like. Now, if I randomize the sound, it's going to sound like this. Super lush sounding, completely different sound. You know, we can do that again, randomize the sounds again, and you know what I'm saying? Changes it again, randomize it again. Let's see what we get. We're gonna randomize it one more time, but I would use all the sounds that we've got off randomized so far in beats. Like if you're making cinematic music, a lo-fi, that sound right there is perfect. You can randomize the orbit, so it'll change the way the orbit rotates. So again, that completely changed the sound. So we can hit that again one more time, randomize the orbit. You know, we can randomize it one more time and see what we get. And then we can also randomize the effects. So we'll hit that again. And so you can see there, you are just getting so many different sounds. And then they also have expansion packs for the plugin as well. So they have 3 different expansion packs currently. They currently have the Air expansion pack, which focuses on woodwinds. They have the Threads expansion pack, which focuses on strings. And then they have this Rumble expansion pack, and the Rumble expansion pack focuses on like impacts and cinematic sounds and all that good stuff. I will say that this plugin definitely has some very solid sound designers. One of the sound designers is our guy, Cameron, aka Venus Theory. We all know his sound design game is strong. It's stronger than the smell of a house full of cats. We all know. But there are a bunch of good sound designers who make good sounds. So I'll go through a few of the sounds in the expansion packs as well. This is the one that I have saved. I like this flute a lot. Just very fire sounds like that. So again, we can go through this at random as well. Just crazy sounds, man. Just crazy sounds. Just unique sounds. They all sound fire to me. So again, we can go through a couple on the threads as well. Boom, we're just gonna hit random. Super fire bass. Another one. Fam, I'm literally pushing one button on my keyboard, one button. I mean, I just can't stress enough that this is a very solid plugin. Let's go ahead and hit Rumble. So with Rumble, again, you're gonna get a bunch of like impact sounds and stuff like that. This is great for if you do like beat battles, or you're making drill beats or trap beats, or you're making any kind of dark genre of music. This plugin is the plugin that you need. I'm not even exaggerating, I'm not even capping. It's like that sound is just so enormous, so enormous. Just another fire sound. Just hold down one key. Now I'm gonna push a chord. So maybe it's just for one key, but again, we'll hit random on this for a little bit and we'll just get a random sound. Hit random again. Hit random one more time. All right, guys, so the last thing that I want to go over in the video today is I kind of want to briefly show you guys what you can do with that rumble. Because with the first beat that I made, obviously you guys know it was a drill beat, but I didn't come back and play the second part of the beat for you. So in the second part of the beat, I kind of used a bunch of rumble to build some suspense for the beat to kind of kick back into place. So I'm just going to play that part for you guys real quick so you can hear different things that you can do with this Cube plugin. And again, I can't stress enough, I used 10 different instances of Cube on this. So on this pattern, you can't tell because they're all in this pattern right here, but I literally used 10 instances of Cube on this beat. And my CPU isn't that bad, especially when you're considering I use thermal on my bass. I use knock, I use kickstart, I use some analog labs, I use some pretty CPU intensive plugins on the effects on everything that wasn't the Cube. But this is basically what it sounds like. It's going to be the chorus, and then right here is the part where I start using rumble. So as you guys can see there, you can use the plugin for just so much. Like I wasn't trying to drag it out by playing the beat again, but I can't stress enough that you can use this on anything, any type of music basically. So I just want to touch on a few more things. So let's go ahead and hop back into Cube for a second. So when we're looking at Cube here, the first things that I should have talked about was this ether control over here. But there's so much in this plugin to talk about. Sometimes you just miss some things. So this is that pattern. I saved the preset that we made. So that preset that we built together, it sounded like this. So super dope. Again, we built that in like 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute in this video. And it was this one right here. So you can see once you start throwing it on melodies, it sounds nice. But let's mess with this ether control real quick so you can hear what that sounds like. It literally just brought out the whole entire sound. Then you have filters and macro controls over here as well. This already sounds like the start to a fire trap beat. And then you have macro control here as well. And so I didn't talk about modulation and effects that much because obviously there's a bunch of different effects, but the effects are pretty standard, but they are good effects. So you have a filter, you have your EQ, so you can draw your bands and all that stuff here with the EQ. You have distortion. You have a wave shaper and a bit crusher here as well. Then you have dynamic control, so you have control over your compression. You have a chorus effect right here. Then you have a phaser right here as well. And it's like just that quickly, this sound is sounding wild. Delay, reverb, and a limiter as well. So then down here, you have your modulators as well. So you can put them wherever you want to. So let's go ahead and we'll just throw one of these on a filter. Boom, we'll take LFO4 and we'll drop it right there. And boom, as you can see, you have your LFO control. So then you can come over here into your modulation and then you can mess with the modulation however you want. And so then you can get it to modulate however you want. So then what are my final thoughts on Cube? Look, I've been holding these thoughts in the whole review. Y'all already know on this channel, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a bean. So what do I sincerely think about Cube? This plugin is goated in my personal opinion. This for me is a top 4 virtual instrument that I use. So again, that's a big statement. Because I do plugin reviews, I have so many virtual instruments that I use consistently. This is my fourth favorite virtual instrument, and that says a lot. So I think that this is a nice piece for anybody to add in their arsenal. It's a great plugin for layering sounds. It's a great plugin for doing sound design. It's a great plugin for sparking inspiration. This plugin is fire. I can't believe the people at Lunacy Audio waited this long to reach out to me to do a review on this, because I would have done a review on this when it came out. But I definitely recommend checking it out. While they have everything on sale right now at the site, you got till the 6th of October. Go check it out. I can't stress enough, this one definitely has my stamp of approval. So make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
All right, guys and gals, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe and like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so every time a new video comes out, you can be the first to know. Let me know what tutorials you want to see next in the comments, and see you next time.
Some, hit the key.